Hello, and welcome to the QuickStart Clarinet's YouTube channel. So in this quick little introduction video, I want to talk a little bit about what QuickStart Clarinet is, and then I want to dive right in with my 3 steps to mastering the clarinet, which is sort of my secrets to the top 3 things that you need to think about to really sound like a great clarinetist. So to get started, just a little bit about me. My name is Josh Gu. I was born and raised in Denver, Colorado. I started playing clarinet when I was in 5th grade just through my normal school band, and since then I decided that I want to be a professional clarinet performer. I got a bachelor degree from the University of Denver and a master's from Northwestern University, and I've had the opportunity to study with some really, really amazing teachers from all over the world, and I've also taught a lot of clarinet, so that's sort of why I made QuickStart Clarinet, and what I'm looking to do with this YouTube channel is to help teach you all some interesting stuff about the clarinet, and some really basic things to help you become a better clarinet player or learn to play clarinet for the first time. So what is QuickStart Clarinet? We are an online community with free downloads, email tips when you join the community, and the most exciting part is online video courses that I've made that go over all of the fundamentals of playing the clarinet and the big important things that can get anybody started from knowing pretty much nothing about the clarinet to really everything that I think are the most important things to know to really play well. So if you're interested in clarinet stuff and you sort of want this one-stop shop for everything that you need to know about the clarinet and lots of new tips coming out all the time, then be sure to subscribe to this channel. You can like our Facebook page also, there will be a link in the description, and most importantly I want you to join the official community so you can get those email tips which are the most valuable, and also see our courses which are even more valuable than that, which have all of the information that you'd ever need to know about playing the clarinet. So look down in the description for those links, subscribe to YouTube, hit the bell so you get the notifications when I upload videos, and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into the 3 steps to mastering the clarinet to get you started. The 3 steps to mastering the clarinet are sort of my secret formula and the things that I think about, and I think most professionals really need to think about to sound the way they do and to get a professional great clarinet sound. So the first one is the air. The air is the absolute most important thing, and I've made a little triangle just as a little visualization to remember these things, and air is the absolute top point of the triangle. Without good air, no matter what you're doing, you won't sound great on the clarinet. So what does the air have to do? The sound of the clarinet comes from the reed vibrating against the mouthpiece, and the way that we get the reed to vibrate against the mouthpiece is by blowing air at it. So what our air needs to do is it needs to be really strong so that it can vibrate the reed, and it also has to be really focused so we're hitting all of our air right at the reed and getting the sound through the clarinet. Because the air is what causes all of the sound, that's why it's so important. So the air, remember, it needs to be strong and it needs to be focused. It's really simple, but it is really, really important. The next step of the triangle is the embouchure. So the embouchure is the fancy French word for how our mouth goes on the mouthpiece and the reed and how the clarinet goes in our mouth, basically. The embouchure is also very, very important, but not quite as important as the air. The way that the embouchure and air interact is basically the embouchure is maximizing the air and making it vibrate the reed efficiently. What the embouchure can do is totally destroy all of the good work you're doing with the air. What the embouchure can't do is be good enough that you'll sound good even with bad air. So that's why air is the absolute top of the triangle, because without good air, no matter what else is happening, you're not going to sound good. So if you take nothing away from this video except for that, remember, air has to be good in order to have a good sound. But now, talking about the embouchure some more, some of the ways that it can wreck that is if you're squeezing the reed too much, or you're dampening the vibrations of the reed with your lip, or your lip's in the wrong spot, which will cause those same issues, then all of that good air that you're blowing into the reed and into the clarinet won't work out into good reed vibrations because your lips will be messing with that. Our embouchure, of course, does need to control the vibrations of the reed, and that's where we can control our sound, is through having a strong embouchure that can control the flexibility of the reed a little bit so we can really get what we want. And that's what the purpose of the embouchure is to control the sound and shape the sound the way that we want. But really, at the end of the day, what we want the embouchure to be doing is maximizing the vibrations of the reed. So all of that good, strong air that we have going into there is really coming out as good sound and good reed vibrations. Now, the last part of the triangle we have is the tongue. So the tongue is mainly probably thought of for tonguing or for articulation, right? So that's how we start notes and how we end notes, whether it's staccato or legato. If you're familiar with playing, I'm sure you've heard those terms before. But there's another role of the tongue too, and that's actually directing the air. So like I said, the air has to be directed and it has to be strong. So what happens is the back of the tongue sort of aims the air at the reed while the tip of the tongue touches the reed to momentarily stop the vibrations in order to get articulation and tongued notes. So that's why, again, air is at the top of the triangle, because both the tongue and the embouchure sort of go into that air and affect the air, and really the air is the core of the sound. So remember, good air. Don't let your embouchure interrupt the good air that you're blowing, and allow it to maximize the reed vibrations, and then use your tongue to direct the air at the reed and to shape the notes by momentarily touching the tip of the tongue to the reed to stop the vibrations and have tongued or articulated notes. So that's sort of just the three very basic, very most important things to know to master the clarinet and to have a great sound. I know it seems really crazy that it's just three things, but I really honestly think that with those three things, you can have a really great clarinet sound. So if you that went by a little fast for you and you weren't able to take notes, you can go to the link down below. It'll be the first link down there, that where you can sign up for the QuickStart Clarinet Community, and you'll get a free download that goes a little bit more in depth with this and has all of it in writing, so you can have it as a little guide and cheat sheet for yourself to remember what you need to be thinking about when you're playing. Along with that, the How to Play Clarinet course, which is part of QuickStart Clarinet, goes even more in depth with all of these things, and each module sort of has several videos that talk about specific exercises and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, that link below will be another great one to follow. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to be making clarinet videos and helping all of you advance your clarinet playing or learn how to play clarinet for the first time. If you've enjoyed this video and you feel like you've learned some stuff about how the clarinet works and what you should be thinking about when you're playing clarinet, then be sure to subscribe, because there's going to be even more videos every week. On Saturday, I'm planning to upload a new video with different kinds of tips and tricks and things that'll really help anybody at any level learn a little bit more about how to play clarinet and become a really great player themselves. So thank you so much for watching this. Check out the links below to like our Facebook page, subscribe to this channel, and most importantly, officially join the QuickStart Clarinet Community, where you're really gonna get a ton of value and learn a ton about playing the clarinet. So happy practicing, and I'll see you in a later video.